Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to Waves of 10. The topic for this winter season is short stories, so let's jump right into it. The title for this fourth episode in short stories is 7 Countries Plan. So here we go. COVID this and COVID that. COVID, I'm tired of all this. Tony exclaimed, throwing himself into the black leather single-seater chair in the living room. His long legs were stretching across the dark brown wall-to-wall carpet. Then stop looking and listening to it, Marcia replied from the long chair opposite his. Marcia was a short, dark-skinned woman with several white hairs in her head full of black hair. A large, flat, black mole was above her right eye, but only those who came close to her saw it. Dressed in long red jeans and a plain white sweater, she slowly swings her legs from side to side. She was wearing red socks. How can I, when you tune in to it on the radio and the TV all day and all night? He shot back, throwing his hand into the air and allowing them to fall back at his sides. Tony was of average height, light brown skin, with a freshly trimmed beard and a head full of black curly hair. He was wearing long blue jeans and a plain long sleeves t-shirt. You don't have to be so snappy, Marcy replied quietly, slightly stretching out her lips. Tony took a deep breath and slowly let it out. Okay, he said, passing his hand over his round face. Sorry. Marcia looked at him sulkily for a few more seconds. Then her face relaxed and she nodded. He smiled at her and she returned the smile. Hey, she said, her smile widening. Do you want to hear something? She reached out for the TV remote next to her, and after glancing at it for a few seconds, she lowered the volume on the TV. Is it about COVID? He asked. Please, she pleaded, as her smile disappeared. Okay, he said, stretching out his legs until his feet touched the circular glass-top center table in the living room. What is it? I think I figured out how COVID-19 started. Tony stared at her for a few seconds before bursting into laughter. His entire body shook. Oh, sure, laugh it up. Do you remember the movie with Will Smith and Regina King? What's it called again? Something with the word state in it? Tony stopped laughing long enough to ask. Enemy of the state? Yes, that's the one. The husband didn't believe his wife when she told him that some people in the government was up to no good. And you saw what happened there? Wait a minute, Tony said between laughter. Are you saying that you are the wife in the movie? Well, yeah, kind of. Tony laughs so loud that he ends up on the floor. Okay, fine, Marcia said above his laughter. Forget I said anything, just forget it. She folded her arms across her chest and stared at the TV on the dark brown built-in entertainment stand. Tony's laughter slowly died down, and he wiped tears away from his face. He slowly returned to his seat before saying, Why are you so sensitive today? A man can't laugh in his home anymore. You know that's not what I'm saying, Marcia said, frowning. All right, I know, Tony said, lifting his hands into the air, palms forward in her direction. Marcia unfolded her arms. So you want to hear my theory about the virus or not? She asked, trying to hide the twinkling in her eyes. Wait, before I answer that, am I allowed to laugh at any point during this? Okay, Mr. Funny Bones. When I'm finished telling you my theory, if it's laughable, then fine. However, if it's not, you have to agree not to complain whenever I tune in to the news about COVID. Tony shifted in his seat before saying, Okay, fine, you have a deal. Marcia's smile pulled her feet into the chair and folded them in front of her. She squared her shoulders and cleared her throat. I think about 7 countries were in on it. And before you start laughing, you have to hear me out. Okay, he said. My lips are sealed from laughing until you're finished. He went through the motions of locking his lips with an invisible key and throwing the key over his shoulder. Why 7 countries though? Why not just one? Tony asked. I guess it's because recently I was reading about this 7 countries study, and the number makes sense to me. Still, it could have just been one country, but it was too big of a project for just one country. Okay, fair enough, continue. Okay, I think these countries were experimenting with a strain of coronavirus, because you know that there are different strains of the virus, right? Yes, like SARS in 2003, right? Yes. Now, these 7 countries did not want the world to know that they were experimenting with this virus. Why not? Because I'm sure other countries are experimenting with it because it has been so dangerous to the human race, Tony asked, looking at her. I agree. However, these countries were not just experimenting with it, they were seeking to weaponize it. What? Weaponize it? Yes, weaponize it. Are you saying that COVID-19 is a weapon? Tony asked, sitting straighter in the chair. So I have your full attention now. You got it. So, are you saying it is a weapon? The short answer is no, Marcia replied slowly. Then what are you saying, woman? Okay, Marcia said, straightening her shoulders. I think they were weaponizing it to be a silent killer, and it was in its early stage. When it escaped from the lab, she air-quoted the word escaped. Go on, Tony encouraged. To be continued in next week's episode. Thanks for listening, guys. Goodbye.